Arguably the finest war memoir of the 20th century and among the best of all time, made all the more memorable because it was written from the perspective of a junior enlisted man, With the Old Breed convinced me to choose Sledge's company, Kilo 35, as the focus of my second book on the Pacific War, Devil Dogs. Sledge's son Henry was kind enough to write the foreword, and when we met in person in New Orleans in 2022, he told me he was working on a book of his own that would combine memories of his father with extracts from the 800 pages of the original unedited manuscript of With the Old Breed, an incredible 70% of the total, that were never published. This was stupendous news. I knew that the original publisher, Presidio, had insisted on cuts, but not how many. Now they would see the light of day. What a treat for the legions of With the Old Breed fans around the world who would be given the opportunity to experience more of Sledge's superlative prose. Even better, the unpublished extracts would be interwoven with Henry's recollections as his son of watching that classic book come to life. I knew from a joint event I had done with Henry at the 15th International Conference on World War II in New Orleans just how powerful that combination was likely to be. Henry Sledge gave a wonderful child's perspective on his father's later life, wrote an attendee. His writing of With the Old Breed, I'd see him up late at night writing on a yellow legal pad and ask, "What are you doing, Dad?" "Nothing. Go to bed." He was nicer than that, but... And the special place that memoir has in the lives of veterans, veterans' families, and the public's understanding of what it was like to serve in World War II. The Old Breed, the complete story revealed, does not disappoint. Henry charts his father's journey from the moment he heard on the car radio of the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor as he was returning from a hunting trip on December 7, 1941, to his funeral almost 60 years later, attended by a U.S. Marine Honor Guard. He was laid to rest in Mobile, writes Henry, on a warm, sunny Alabama spring morning, the kind of morning he would have been out with the dogs bird-watching, the smell of flowers in the air, the Spanish moss hanging from those majestic oak trees and swaying gently in the breeze. From Henry's assured pen, a skill he undoubtedly inherited from his father, and his canny choice of extracts from the unpublished manuscript, we hear about Eugene's decision to flunk out of the V-12 officers training program at Georgia Tech so that he could join the Marines as an enlisted man and get into a shooting war sooner rather than later, his rigorous training in the use of the 60mm M2 mortar and hand-to-hand combat with the K-bar knife. Practice shifting the K-bar from one hand to the other, Sledge was told,